Well, this is National Crime Victims' Rights Weeks, and throughout the country, communities are joining together to support those affected by crime. This year's theme is Survivor Voices, Elevate, Engage, and Affect Change. Here with more now are some of the local events, District Attorney Steve Finney and Jennifer Douglas. And it's great to have both of you on the show. Thanks for joining us.
Good to be here.
Good morning.
Good to be here. Good morning.
And of course, I see the pins right here as we sort of kick off such an important week. And Jennifer, I know you work with these families. You see what's left after the case is solved.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm with the Family Justice Center, and we're located downtown. We're at 196 Montgomery Street, and our purpose is just that. So we work with victim survivors, and we put them in touch with resources, and we serve them throughout the process, throughout their healing journey.
How important is this week, do you think, as a district attorney who sees these cases?
It's really important because we've always tried to talk about, since I've been in the office, is having the victims feel like there's someone there for them from the very beginning. They have in there they have people that come initially, like right off the bat when something happens, to talk to them, and then we work through the process at the Justice Center, which is funded by the city and the county, so it's available for all Washington County residents and even the district. So then when they come to court, we have victim advocates that work in our office, so they're handed to them, so they're never without someone through the process. And we were just speaking earlier that a lot of times people don't even know these programs and things are out there for them. So it's all about awareness and letting people know this week, and also trying to get people in the community involved that aren't victims.
To support.
Right.
Well, and especially, you know, when you're going through these cases, it's so overwhelming to try to understand the judicial system and how that works and the postponements, and it can be so hard on families. And Jennifer, I imagine that's where you guys really come in to kind of guide them through that.
Yeah, absolutely. So the biggest thing that we do in our first response is to always start by believing, and that's also, you know, this being Sexual Assault Awareness Month, that's one of the other things that we kicked off was our Start by Believing campaign. So we take a victim-led approach. So when victims come to us, they're in complete control of their healing journey and where they want to be, and then we put them in touch with, like Steve said, we have advocates, and we put them in touch with a counselor to serve any needs that they may have, and we're there with them throughout the whole process.
So this week is certainly important to bring the community together, as you said. Tell me about some of the different things that you guys are doing in an effort to do that.
Well, we are having a pinning ceremony with Hope, and that is a nationwide agency for this week that it's all going on. As you can see, the color purple is significant for this week, and I've actually got you a pin that I have brought with you for me to give to you to show community support. And it's got a little message on it about what our week is about, and hope to give a lot of those out to show the involvement in the community.
That's important that we come together to stand behind
Very
the victims. And this is obviously a big week as you guys get the word out about the services that you provide and the fact that you're there for them.
Yes, it is. And you know, and if I could say anything to the community, you know, like I said, our very first response should be if someone discloses a victimization to you. Start by believing. That should be your very first response, is to believe them, and then to direct them to resources such as the Family Justice Center, and let them know that there are people that care very much about what they're going through.
Yeah, certainly a blessing in our community. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you
for
so
my
much.
pin. I will wear that proudly for the remainder of the week. If you would like more information again on the different events, you can see there is an event coming up at Founders Park, and you can call that number on your screen for more information. It is National Crime Victims' Rights Week, and for more you can call that number.